Hi, my name is Lucy Morris. I'm 16 years old and I go to Vintage High School. I take print shop and I decided to do Skills USA t-shirt design, and this is my video. I'm gonna go over what my design is, the process that I had while making it, and why I added each thing and everything that went into this design and all the thought that went into it. Starting with the main color that is in my design, which is blue, which to me inspires an idea of reliability and authority and confidence in a way. And to me, it's a background color that isn't too distracting. I think blue is a very calm color that you're able to look at that doesn't take away from the design itself. I thought of a couple other colors and I thought this mellow kind of blue that I chose would be the best option, considering that it offers open spaces and it just blends in with the design that I have. One of the main parts of the design is the big California state outline, which I decided to add because I am from California and I thought it would add a sense of a personal thing since this is my design and I wanted to do something, and it is California Skills USA. And throughout it, there's different cultures and things within it, and I'm from the Bay Area, so I decided to add a Bay Bridge, the Golden Gate Bridge, because it's where I'm from and I know that it's a big part of California and a lot of tourists go there. As well as I added the bear, which is our state animal, which I also thought was important with representing California and where I'm from and just the state itself. And also throughout it, I scattered some trees just to give it a bit of an organic feel. There are a couple other things within my design that I decided to add, such as hammers, wrenches, and books, and whatnot, which obviously I think all have to do with education, which Skills USA and print shop is a very educating thing. I think the wrenches and the hammers represent a hardworking class and skills and work and effort. And I personally think it just represents putting hard work and thought into what you're doing and yet making it personal. And it's makes the design more, it just shows what it is, which it is a hardworking thing and it's technical. And the gears, I basically throughout my thought, I thought the gears were representing in a way like your thought process, because I know, like, for me, when I was making my design, my gears were turning in my head, and I don't know, I think that's a perfect way to like represent it as a way to like show thought that goes through each design and each thing that you add, and that there actually is a meaning and background to almost everything in a design. As well as the books that I decided to add, which I think just throw out education and knowledge within youth itself, and I think it's an important part because I take print shop, which is part of my school, which is where I get my education, that's where I get my knowledge, and print shop's my favorite class. And I don't know, I think it's an important part because I go to school there, and school is how I got introduced to print shop and how I got introduced to Skills USA, anything like that. So I really do think it's an important part to add because I wouldn't know any of this if it wasn't for my knowledge. And my font placement also had a lot of thought put into it. I decided to go with that type of font because it pops out, but it's not hard to read at all. The white fill against the black stroke makes it pop out a lot, especially against the blue background, which I mentioned. And I think I had a couple thoughts, but I thought this was the best spot to put my words because it's not straight in the middle and it's a little to the side. It's contrasting with the state background and border, and I think it just makes it really easy to read, and it's not too bulky where it's not nice to look at. It's enjoyable to look at while you can read it at the same time. And as you can see, I have the Skills USA slogan, which is Champions at Work, just to add an addition and to add something to the design, because there's obviously not much words I could put into it, and I thought that was important because this is Skills USA and that's the slogan for this year. So I thought it was an important addition to add, but I decided to make it a bit less flashy than the actual Skills USA itself because it's not whole point of it. In a way, the design I made is special to me because, you know, obviously I designed it, and I think it's something that's nice to look at. It's not something where each thing will distract you too much. Like, the words are in a spot where you can read it and it's not distracting. You could still see what's in the background. The little details added, like the bear and the bridge and the trees, they're not too distracting. It makes it feel organic to me, and I think it all blends together super well. I think the colors contrast perfectly, where I think it gives a really clean look, and I think it makes it look, it just makes it look enjoyable, but it's not too much and it's not too little, and I personally think it's the perfect contrast. Everyone knows that designs aren't something you can just make once and you're done with it. And there's a lot of thought put into these things, especially if it's a design for something really big or important. So I definitely had a few hiccups in the designing process, and I actually ended up redoing my entire design because I didn't like it at first, which is okay in the designing world. If you think your design needs to be changed completely, then definitely do it. It's something that I've learned from my teacher and being in this class. I changed the color. It was green before, a mellow green, which I still think is an amazing idea, but I think the blue just adds the clean look a lot. You know, I moved the words around. They were in a completely different spot before, more of like the top left area, and you know, I decided to move them because I think it suited it really well. And I think that the fact that designs take so much thought and like redoing and changing things or adding things, taking away things, I think it really shows the whole process of designing things and what it's really like. I would say the main thing that inspired my design, because everything has something that has to inspire your design in order for you to get ideas and get things flowing correctly in your brain. For me, it was definitely the gears. I think that they had a big part because, I don't know, I just knew when I was doing this design, when I knew that I was in this, I knew that I wanted to add that because I feel like it just represents print shop to me, and it represents a lot of school things to me, and especially print shop because, like I said, things don't always work out the first time. You're gonna have to think, you're gonna have to put a lot of thought into things, and I've definitely experienced that, and I know others that have, and it's a really big part to me. And the main thing that inspired me to enter Skills USA is I've been doing print shop for 3 years now, and I knew that it was something that I wanted to do. I knew that, you know, I wanted to branch out, I wanted to get creative, and I wanted to see if my skills were actually worth something. And, you know, when my teacher introduced this, I was already interested. Wasn't really sure which topic or design I was going to do yet, but I knew that it was something I wanted to do because I wanted to try new things, and that's a really big part that has opened up about me since joining print shop, is that I've been interested in trying new things and I haven't been scared to. And overall, I wanted to see what it's actually like to be in a program against other people who are in the same position as me. Even if I don't get anything out of this, I did actually get something out of it, which is the feel of competition and putting my skills to work and seeing what I need to work on. I already figured that out while I was designing this. I figured out some things that I can work on after this, no matter what happens. And I don't know, it really pushed me to do more, and it's just important to me to do things like this. Thank you so much for watching my video and dedicating your time to look at my design, and it means a lot, and I hope you like my design just as much as I did.